Jamming is a new word for the oldest and easiest ways of making music for singing and dancing. You are here because you're probably wondering about trying it. I've been leading and teaching jams for many years, and I can assure you that if you can play a C scale in 5 seconds, you can jam. What may be holding you back are some myths about jamming. For really gifted people, jamming may be playing by ear, but for most of us, it is not, and it doesn't need to be. Jamming is not just memorizing your part either, and jamming is only improvising in the sense that we all improvise when we speak our native language. We don't notice all the patterns and grammar rules we are following, and it just seems to flow naturally. Jamming popular music is about the same. You learn to put your musical thoughts and feelings into patterns, and other people can relate to them. The Jamming for Note Readers class will help you learn those patterns. You'll be learning a new language, the language of popular music. So let's just begin. First, make sure you are listening with earphones and with the volume turned up as loud as your instrument. Then make sure the instrument is tuned to the C chord. Now, if you're playing a B-flat instrument, you will need to play a D note to tune. You'll also need to play one note higher than all the notes shown on the slides coming up. Got it? The next slide will show the guitar chords you'll be commonly finding on popular music. You'll start out by playing the root notes, the note indicated by the letter of these chords. Remember, only the B-flat instruments need to play a note higher. For this introductory lesson, you'll be playing Amazing Grace, but if you join the class, you'll be learning Let It Be, Mustang Sally, Have You Ever Heard the Rain, and other classic rock numbers. Now, there's going to be a couple eighth note pickup notes just before you begin the second vowel of Amazing. Ready, 1, 2. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. Next, you start getting creative. You get to decide if you like to substitute another note for the chord triad. If not, go back to the root note. For example, for a C chord, try a E or a G. For the F chord, try an A or a C. For G, check out a B or a D. For the A minor, try the C or E note as a substitute. Ready, 1, 2. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. The next step is even more creative. Just before you get to a chord change, play a one-note run, really just a step, from the note just before the chord note you're about to play. So, for example, when you're about to transition from a C chord to an F chord, play a quick E note just before you land on the F or the root substitute that you liked. Ready, 1, 2. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Finally, if you're pretty happy with how the substitutions and runs sound, you can begin building a simple solo. Using your toolbox of root substitutions and runs, follow the rhythm of the melody in placing your notes. You'll need to continue to change chords as usual, but in between you can also add any notes you like in the key of C, and that's C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. You're probably better off trying to play notes that are in the triad of the chord that's indicated. You may find yourself playing something pretty close to the melody, but it'll be with your personal stamp on it. Ready, 1, 2. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Thanks for taking some time to see what I'd like to teach you. Here are some other songs on YouTube to practice your new skill. Get the chords and lyrics off Chordy or Songster, and use the same tricks to play along and solo. Of course, there are many other keys and scales and tricks like these for jamming, and I'll be covering them in my classes. If you see the class advertised at your school or church, I hope you'll join us. If not, contact me at willywms@gmail.com. I'm going to finish up with a sample of how it might sound if the harmonica did the sustained notes and a bass did a typical bass line, including the runs. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind.